Alright, we are back, and we're gonna try the Daughter of the Void. I've actually been practicing her because she kicks my ass. Like, she's hard. She's not easy to play with. We got some good stuff, though. But we're not doing Soul Tithe. No. We're not doing Soul Tithe, we're doing Corruption. They're separate things entirely. I think. Soul Tithe. Gain a point of corruption for every point of Soul Tithe gain. At the start of your turn, suffer threat equal to your Soul Tithe. Oh, that's why that's rough. Alright, well, whatever. I'll make this work. Okay, we get a healing potion, because I haven't unlocked anything with this new character, and that's a fine. So if you guys haven't seen this game yet, it's Vault of the Void. It's an absolutely fantastic... Ooh. Praying for Greed will grant you an upgrade point. Maybe. Let's go with a random class uncommon instead. Which gets me a Void Stone. Okay, first and foremost... I can remove stones from things, which is actually incredible. So I'm gonna just put the purple Void Stone on Sidestep, because Sidestep is amazing. A Spirit Shield is pretty good. I'm actually gonna get rid of an Unleash Darkness for it. Recur, discard, gain 2 corruption. That's good. I don't know how much I care about that. Some of these actually give me bonuses based on discard, so I'll consider Dance of Darkness. But not right now. Oh, I'm over. That's fine, I'll just get rid of that one. So interestingly enough, this build, at least from what I've experienced, is very much centered around turtling. There's some kind of faster ways to do it. Let's see. I guess let's take a look. Block X. X is the number of cards in your discard. Maybe. Wither Shield's okay. Cursed Item can be good, but that'll put us in kind of a really awkward spot, so I'm gonna go up. So is this like Slay the Spire? It is. It's got a lot of similarities, but it's different enough that it feels quite interesting to me. Every character has their own unique mechanics that make them kind of fun. Let's see. You know, I'm just going to keep burning these. So the character I'm playing as currently, Daughter of Chaos, we're in the Corruption build. This resource ticks up every single time I discard a card. Also, whenever I discard a card, I get energy here. So I can actually do both of these, which ticks up my Corruption like crazy. Kind of costly, but it's fine. So now my Corruption is 16. And that's an important resource because that's how I scale. Let's just wait for a little bit. I'm not going to be able to attack these guys immediately. Okay. Pop a Sidestep. That takes off the damage. Let's see. Let's actually get rid of the Cursed Shield. So now, because of my Corruption, Unleash Darkness inflicts 75% of my Corruption damage. I can just delete both of these characters, no problem. And then just discard the rest, because I don't need to worry about it. It's a very unique character. And I'm really interested to see the various potential builds. I don't actually know how many cards you can unlock over the course of this. But I'm hoping that unlocking some things will make a huge difference. There's a button. There's a legend. Map rewards. Oh, that's interesting. So we can actually look at this and plan out which direction we want to go if we want to go for anything. These are all pretty bad. Not gonna lie. But that's kind of okay. Like, Curse of Plenty is good because it gives you 2 corruption and you can just purge it endlessly. I'm otherwise kind of disinterested. So let's just go for the upgrades and just go from here. This is not out yet. It is not. However, if you join the Discord and are patient, he had keys. He currently does not, because I think Rhapsody more or less caused his entire audience to do a run on the Discord for beta keys. But there will probably be another beta period before release, where the keys will be available and you can play it in beta before the game actually properly comes out. Okay, we only got 4 damage coming in. So let's just Sidestep. I'm gonna tick everything off, and then I'm just gonna charge Corruption, and we'll just wait. But as far as games to, like, keep an eye on and look out for, because they're going to be fantastic, this one's way up here. Any idea when it'll come out? I want to say it's coming out this year, but it could be wrong. Okay, let's start. Burn a Cursed Shield. Burn that. How much damage am I going to do? I shouldn't do that. Let's just Spirit Shield. Burn that. Then kill him. Okay. And that just leaves 2 Gloom Shrooms who are weak business. Yeah, so potentially December 2020. That might be an okay time. Considering how good this game is, that I wouldn't worry too much about, like, release windows for this. But December can be a bit of a crapshoot. Okay, so on Rhapsody's recommendation, I'm actually going to use that. Okay, yeah, we've just got that one. Upgrading that card is good. Inflict corruption damage? Yeah, I don't care. I mostly want the upgrade. Hey! Every time... Oh, every 4 cards you play a turn. Oh, that's not a big deal at all. Burn both of those. Void Kiss. My corruption is nice and high right from the get-go. And then we just end turn. Single dev or team? Single dev for the most part. The guy is a art director, I believe, at a studio in Australia. So he is very experienced with art, and he taught himself to program just to make this game. Oof. That's a roughin'. Alright, let's just burn that. I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage, so let's just keep rolling those. These keys are only beta preview keys and will deactivate on early access release. Currently set for December 11th, 2020. From the Discord. Good to know. Okay. So Bop. Bop Spirit Shield. And then give one of the goblins. Probably this one. Makes that one spookier, but that's okay. And then burn those 2. There we go. I like this character. I was originally tepid on them, but going for more of a turtle build makes a lot of sense. All of the previous characters I've played thus far... Oh, right. We should turn up the sound effects so we can actually hear what's going on. Let's see. No threat incoming. Weird. Alright. Just burn the heck out of them. Let's see. Let's go with that. Turn it down by a smidge. My music is kind of quiet. Maybe I want to turn my music up by a smidge too. I don't know. Audio balance is impossible. Okay, 2 cards to discard. Well, that's butts. Let's get rid of those 2. Because I can sidestep, gain corruption, burn that. Delete this man. I'm deleting the wrong man, aren't I? I keep deleting the one on the left for unknown reasons, and it's actually a really stupid idea. Oh, well, it's fine. We'll just delete we will just delete Leprechaun. Block. And then we're good. Is this the actual game music? No. Oh, shoot. Let me actually move it. It's kind of in the way. I have... Whoops. I don't even know what I'm moving. There we go. I'm just going to move that down a little bit. So, if you look in the top left, I've actually got a little text thing. Maybe at some point I'll make like an overlay, or I don't know what. Currently I'm just going to move it around. But you can actually see right here, this is the song that I'm listening to. And I'm going to set it up hopefully tomorrow. So you guys, at least watching live, can vote on what song to listen to next. It's really not going to make that much of a difference. Because it's only ever going to be Pretzel Rocks, but why not? Let's pull out Sidestep, take off the Void Stone, put it here instead. And we're gonna put a Void Stone on one of my Void Kisses instead. Oh, that's not helpful. It's a good idea in theory. In practice, not so much so. Better to put it on a Curse Shield. But yeah, also, specifically on Twitch chat, you guys can just see it every couple of lines. It'll just say, like, hey, this is the song. Okay, I'm gonna pop that for the overcharge, burn that. Decent amount of corruption. Thank you, Rhapsody, for suggesting this strategy. I haven't been sleeping, haven't been eating right. And so my brain has just been elsewhere forever. Burn that. Block both of these, and then we'll just hit one or the other. Which is the most dangerous? Doesn't matter. And so yeah, I was just beating my head against the wall with this character for like all of yesterday and a little bit of today. And now I understand how they work, and I feel kind of foolish. Okay, let's burn the Spirit Shield. If I get up to 6 energy, we can just immediately sidestep. And work on deleting these guys. I probably should have done this first, but alas. Hey, thank you, Beasta! 2768 for the 6-month resub. 6 months already. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that's some dangage flying my direction. Let's just pop Spirit Shield, burn the other 2, use this Curse Shield just for mad bonus, and then delete that. Makes the other ones mad, we're gonna have to kill the central one, but that's okay. Also, thank you, Killer B the 18. Or Killer B the 18. I don't know. I'm assuming it's the first. Okay, let's see. I'm seeing 9 damage flying my way. Now, here's the question. If I do the Curse Shield, it does block everything. I was wondering about that. Alright, and we gotta kill the central one. I always go for the sides first, starting left, going right, and clearly that's the Dongus move, but I'm doing it anyway. Burn this, sidestep, Unleash Darkness, burn the other one, Unleash Darkness, insta-gib, all good. Which Wholesome First member do you think would choose which class? You mean within this? Ooh, that's a question. I don't know. And if you mean D&D, we'll find out in a couple of days. Let's see. We'll have one of these Cursed Shields, just give it extra block. I'm here to turtle, and that's what I will do. Couple of days now? I don't know. I really don't. So, okay. Now, pray for greed. Now that the US election is over, I have a lot more brain space to just focus on whatever the heck I want. Not a whole lot of elites here. I don't know if I care about the merchant. Merchant might have some pretty good cards. We will see. But y'all are playing D&D? Yeah. Anyway, so to just finish what I was talking about, I've been putting it off for ages just because busy, brain, life sucks, billion things. Let's actually just burn the sidestep. No reason why not to, because we want to use this... Do we? Yes, we actually do want to use the Curse Shield and both Void Kisses. Because that way we get an overcharge for the next round. Anyway, so I just didn't have the brain space or the, would I say emotional fortitude? Sure, why not? To want to work on a D&D campaign in the middle of, this election cycle, because it's been a hell of a thing. And so I figured I'd focus mostly just kind of on myself, making do and so on and so forth. And now that I'm moving on, let's just get rid of that. Pop the Curse Shield, burn this one. Unleash Darkness, and we gotta kill one of these 2 guys. Doesn't seem to matter which. So I'm just gonna nuke that one. Problem solved. And then I have to remember to hit the one on the right. Anyway, so now I can start properly focusing on myself. Both self-care, exercise, eating better, sleeping more, hopefully. We'll see. It's weird, I'm actually quite awake. This is almost a higher energy level than I usually have when I'm streaming. Than when I normally stream, which is such an odd feeling. Okay, he's hiding. Which means we kill him instead. This is off the goblins. This might hurt a bit, but I'm so defensive it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. So, tomorrow specifically, no idea if I'm gonna stream. For the most part, I tend to prefer Thursdays as kind of my day off, just because most games don't come out then. But I might spend a substantial amount of tomorrow specifically working on getting my podcast-y thing off the ground, and also just working on the campaign, because now I actually have the will to deal with it. Wither Shield is actually pretty good. Flip side, I'm gonna start upgrading the Spirit Shields. Purge blocks are real handy. There's no reason not to go for the merchants. Let's check, see if there's anything amazing here. Oh gosh, Separated Soul is interesting and probably terrible. I'm not interested in any of these, so we're just going to ignore it. Let's see. Win your DM, what's your favorite class? I am a big fan of support. So, Druid, 3.5 Druid. I actually have not played a whole lot of, well, I actually haven't played any 5th edition as a player yet. I think? Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played any 5th edition yet as a player. So I can't talk about how it is in 5th edition. But Druid is just an absolute jack of all trades and is really fun to roll with. Now here's the question. Yeah, that's enough damage to actually justify this. Let's see. And then Cleric, kind of second thing. Immediately following Druid, the main thing is just like the class features for Clerics are usually kind of boring for me. But I love how convenient they are as, like, a team player. And so I'll often roll Cleric if we already have a Druid, or if I just want to play a different flavor. After that, it starts to become a bit more nebulous. Artificer is kind of interesting, but feels kind of weak at all turns, but I love the flavor. Let's see. Bard? I've never played a Bard, and I want to. But I'm always DM, so I don't get the chance. Or somebody else is already a bard. Let's see. Let's just burn the heck out of these, except for that one. Oh shoot, my bird's ready, but it's fine. We're kicking this thing's ass. Let's see. But if I wasn't a support character or like a spellcaster, I usually like to go for monk or rogue, because they have a lot of outside of combat utility. I find I used to love playing fighters in 3.5 because you could do just some real busted nonsense with them. But the years of me doing that have kind of dropped off a little bit. Oh, shoot. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this guy. Oh, if I go up, we can do it. But I miss a little bit of the customization from 3.5 because there was just some insane things that you could do there. But I totally understand why they've moved away from that formula, because it was hard to balance around, kind of busted, and really catered to power gamers in a bad way. But no, if I get to be a player anytime soon, I'd love to be a Warforged whose belly is just like a giant drum, and so he just carries around 2 maces. And so he alternates between playing his belly. Okay. None of these guys are actually any weaker, or stronger or weaker than the others. Oh. Tasha's Cauldron of Everything will fix the Artificer. Hey! Yeah, we've got that book on pre-order, so I'm looking forward to that. I guess I'm just gonna purge all of these just for bonus corruption. Not like I'm gonna be able to do anything anyway. Let's see. Infection. Mean. Well, I don't have a choice but to play that, but that's okay. Kill the heck out of that guy. Start working on that one. And we'll be good. Found about really playing D&D at 5e. So what did 3.5 do different than 5e? So if you... Whoosh. This is... Oh, actually, this isn't so bad. Not immediately the most useful, but get out of here, infection. Okay, so in 5th edition D&D, assuming that you've played it, you get to choose your kind of class path. 3rd edition didn't do that. 3rd edition was much more kind of just like, yeah, I'm gonna have 2 levels in Fighter, 1 level in Rogue, spec into Order of the Bow Initiate, spend 10 levels on that, and then switch over to Assassin just to finish off. And so you were just this like weird hodgepodge of a player, which was fascinating to experience because you could do so many wild things, and there were so many books that just like threw effectively balance at the window, just because of the stuff that you could cobble together. And so it was so fun to micromanage what you were, but it was also hella busted to the point of not at all being fair. Let's see, sidestep, spirit shield, curse shield. All right, this infection is causing problems. Yeah, there are also a lot of fun spells in 3.5. Yeah, and so maybe in a couple of years, oof. We're actually going to take some damage here. Unfortunately, I don't have enough damage in here, and these infections are becoming a problem. Of course, it doesn't help that I'm constantly just cycling out my attack spells, but it's fine. I love Pathfinder 2e, because all your cool class features come from feats, so you can mix and match. Yeah, I want to play more Pathfinder, but 5th edition D&D is so much more common. Everybody is used to it, so it's easier to specifically DM that for most people. Sounds like 3.5 was a lot harder to get into. It was. In my head, still absolutely worth it. It's still a ton of fun, but it was... the learning curve was higher. Undeniably so. Let's see. Corrupted Ogre. Oops. Let's just burn all of them. We want the corruption more than anything else. What am I... oh, right. I'm sifting. Just took me a bit to remember what the hell I was doing. My brain is elsewhere. You guys have pulled me into D&D land, and it's going to take a while for me to get out of that. I'm assuming most of you probably have a fairly good idea why. Oh, I should have done the... yeah, it's fine. I should have done the hand management so I'd have maybe something to do. But we're still farming corruption, so maybe it's not so bad. Okay, 14 damage. Otherwise, I could just burn the spirit shield. Yeah, let's just pop that. Burn that. Sift one of the 2 cursed shields. And then let's actually hit the ogre. And the other reason why I've been kind of holding off a little bit is because Rito hasn't had internet for a couple of weeks? At least at his main house, and there's a very real possibility he's going to spend the entire winter without internet at his house, which is a damn tragedy, and honestly a travesty. And so, I wanted to see if I could get to the point where he would actually have internet at his house. Before I started doing a campaign, because, you know, Wholesome vs. Live works. But, like, Wholesome vs. Live, his weekly stream or streams, and then, you know, throw D&D onto the mix, that starts getting a little much. Start of your turn, gain additional energy. That would be lovely. First card you play in a turn costs 0, draw a card. That's real good. Okay, we got another one of these. I like them. I'll just put it on a Curse Shield. Okay, so if I go up, we can go here, here. And then I might be able to do an insane loop back. No, I won't be able to. But I can still loop down and get the other elite. Let's see. After purging 2 cards in 1 turn, reduce all debuffs suffered by 1. That's really good. This is a very heavy purge buff. Mousing over a mob will allow you to see which mobs await inside. Nah. This deck is so heavy on the purges that, yeah, getting rid of debuffs like crazy sounds amazing. Okay. Yeah, so how well do you guys know each other? Me and the Wholesome Verse. I think a lot of the guys know each other, I wouldn't say better. I think it really depends. I am one of the vaguely newer members. Though that is, I mean... Yeah, actually, I'm one of the newer members. A lot of these guys have been playing together for a while. I think the only ones that are kind of newer to the group than I would be Dane? I think so. Okay, let's pop that. Burn a Curse Shield. I guess he's going to attack me, so maybe I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. And so, like, it is really fascinating hearing them talk and actually realizing just how much of a shared history this group has had before I even, like, came into the group. But, like, I'm learning. It's fun. And there's also some members that I've barely interacted with. There's, I mean, kind of Jonas. Despite the memes, I almost never interact with him. Jonas, Woodsy, and Sneaky Teak especially. But I think Sneaky Teak is mostly there because of raps. Okay. If I burn this, pop this, burn these two, and then unleash corruption. Unfortunately, Corpse Beast gets stronger the longer we go. So do I, but my defense does not scale nearly as fast as his damage. And also RNG is just saying, nah. Let me just give you the poopsies. I can kill him in like a couple of rounds, we just gotta get there. Burn that. Okay, there we go. We got him on the next round, assuming we get an attack spell. Or ability. But no, I don't know. I know them well enough. It's weird. This year, especially with a lot of other creators getting... I mean, honestly, we'll call it what it is. A lot of creators getting canceled for being just absolutely horrid people. Let's see. No point in actually playing that. Okay, there we go. Anyway, for them getting canceled for being absolutely, truly, honestly horrid people, there was a lot of people that were kind of coming out as like, hey, yeah, we don't really know the people we work with that well. So I know, was it Cryotic? His late night crew was kind of coming out being like, yeah, he's a terrible person, but also, holy shit, we are just gonna skunk this dragon whelpling because it doesn't have the usual response to me. I love it. Oh, if the first card you play in a turn costs 0, draw a card. I completely misread that one. It's fine. That just means I need to grab a couple of free cards along the way here. Works for me. Anywho, that situation sucks so bad. Yup. Okay, so let's start with the sidestep. Gets me the block, and that draws me the card. There. I know what I'm doing, kind of, sort of. Yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna burn these two. And so yeah, that situation sucks super bad, and like it was not fun to watch. I'm not gonna say I mildly knew the guy, but he was one of the first large creators I had the very short chance to work with, which was equally cool and super disturbing finding out what happened to him. But honestly, like, get rid of the trash. They're not worth keeping around or revering. But yeah, just finding out about how the late night crew, it was very much a professional friendship situation. It's like, yeah, we actually really don't know the guy. We show up to work, we stream together, but, you know, we're not actually friends. And that, I think that blew my mind a little bit because, what even? But I totally get it, kind of. I've definitely been through that with the whole professional friendship thing of just like, yeah, we're not actually friends. We just work together, and it feels weird. Card game's rigged. That's interesting. What would I rig here? The self-inflicted agony isn't that helpful. Wither Shield is actually really good. I'm gonna get rid of one of the Curse Shields for a Wither Shield. But I'm not gonna sock it. Yeah, I'll equip it, but I'm not gonna make it a starting spell. I think I'm just gonna hold on to the Green Voidstone and wait, because I don't have any other good starting anythings. It's so weird how social interaction works online. It's weird, and like I'm working through it. And I think this group is better than previous groups I've had in terms of stability, I guess. So hopefully things will continue to be actually helpful. It really does help also. The branding of Wholesome Verse is just so smart. Okay. Pop sidestep. Take no damage. We're gonna pop this Cursed Shield. Burn the other two. And then just hit him once. Just for a little bit. And so, I think going into Wholesome Verse, I was definitely, like, in the back of my head, it's like, yeah, maybe I should be a little bit more, like, I'm not gonna say standoffish, but, let's get rid of that one. Oh, no, I should have gotten rid of one of the defensive items. It's fine, I'm a Dumbo. Oh, every time you purge a card, ticks. Oh, shit, that makes this guy real scary for me. I also was not paying attention to the damage. We're gonna take some damage here. Nothing for it. Okay. Burn a couple of these. Spirit Shield, because I don't want to take the damage. Let's see. The other thing I will straight up say is, like, I myself, I think, have been more chill. Which has contributed considerably to my my ability to, I mean, honestly, play with people. Like, one thing you have to teach yourself as a YouTuber is winning, or YouTuber and streamer, is generally winning is meaningless and doesn't benefit you at all. And it's honestly so much better to just not give a shit about winning. Oof. Oh shit, I could have just killed it. No, I wouldn't have been able to kill him. Would have gotten close. Unfortunately, we're going to take 3 damage here, but it's fine. We've barely taken any, and this is a much more reasonable group. There's not really much here, so I'll just wait. Oh, screwed that up. I was supposed to get rid of some of the Cursed Shields. It's fine! All we have to do is just burn this. Block a bunch. Almost kill him. I could have maybe actually killed him. I mean, winning the actual game, right? Because there could also be winning as career? I assume you mean career there. Yeah. So it's like, when I'm playing a round of Project Winter, like, I don't give a shit about winning. Why bother? It's not worth it. I honestly don't have a whole lot of fun when I do it. Let's not bother with that, actually. Let's go for that one so I use it a little bit more often. Okay, Shrine. I think we're just gonna go for Greed. Okay, Charge Block, it's okay. We actually have a decent amount of overcharge. When 10 cards are played, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Every 5th card you purge will also block 8. Every 3rd card you purge will increase your energy by 2 instead of 1. I go for the Watcher, mainly because I'm purging things left and right and I don't really need the extra energy. This deck is very much built around it, unlike most. Okay, also, thank you Master654 for the 200 bits. Let's see, you gonna do any more Stoneblock Bro-Op? Tough question on that one, actually. I don't know. I will talk to him tomorrow. We might do... Oh. How much damage am I gonna do? No, let's just tick it up for a bit. Okay. Whew, that's some damage he's chucking my direction. Very manageable, and as long as I don't take damage, we're golden. So, immediate sidestep. Not give a hoot about you. There we go. Pop that. Immediately burn the curse shield. Pop that. And now we start hitting him. There we go. Okay. So I gotta ask my brother about this, because he was talking about how he's not actually terribly interested in automation games. He actually wants more kind of action-adventure exploration, because he does automation for a job. And I hadn't really thought about that before, but yeah, go figure. Of course that would be a thing. So I might actually nix Stoneblock with him, and we might try maybe RL Craft or Roguelike in Dungeons pack or whatever it's called. RL Craft or Rad Pack, one or the other. I'll have to see what RL Craft has, because that's one of my sticking points. Is like, all I know is that RL Craft is real hard, and my brother has not played a whole lot of Minecraft. So I gotta float that to him. Because I sincerely have been enjoying playing Minecraft lately. Wholesome Crafts has kind of just changed my brain on some of these things. Burn that, pop that. Probably could have done that slightly more efficiently, but that's okay. Skeleton Mage is just absolute wuss here. Yeah, RL Craft is super hard. Flip side, like, maybe that's not so bad. Okay, so I'm gonna pop the Spirit Shield, Cursed Shield. There we go. Costs are back to normal. That draws me a card. Burn that and just keep hitting him. Probably should actually remember to do that a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see what he says. We might honestly just continue with Stoneblock. But there's not a whole lot of adventure in Stoneblock. It is very much process-centric. Let's offer 8 souls. I got a bunch of these. When applying a debuff to an enemy, not suffering any debuffs double its value. I don't actually think that's really good for me, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Ooh. Black Void Stone. Now I have to think about this one. Never mind. This is really not much of a thonk moment. We're gonna do Void Kiss.